Hello, I'm Toycat and welcome back to my second channel election video. So I've been living in Nevada for quite some time, and as a result of that, a lot of people have wanted me to weigh in on the all-important election that happened last night. So allow me to do that in today's video, because I know what we're all thinking about. In Mississippi, they did in fact vote to not only allow medical marijuana, not only to have statewide office election rule changes, but also there was a change to the flag that was proposed and passed by a huge margin. Also, interestingly enough, Puerto Rico voted to become a state by a margin, not too wide, but wide enough that it's pretty much confirmed at this point. So Puerto Rico is a state, the flag of Mississippi is changing. You know, America is in chaos, a nation more divided than ever, to use all the cliches. But no, I wanted to talk about these weird niche side outcomes of the election, so let's do that now, because did you know Mississippi now has a new flag? Here is the new flag, in case you're curious. I think it's not the greatest flag. Like, as I see it, I'm like, really? You had a whole, referendum that cost a lot of money, and you did it just to make this your flag? And the answer as to why they needed to change their flag, because it seems underwhelming till you look at the, okay, here's their first flag, here's their second flag, and here's the flag they've had for most of their history. And you immediately go like, I see why you voted to change that now, because it's one of the only flags which keeps in fact, the only flag I believe that still has the Confederate flag in the top left corner. And although the reason is mostly like, oh yeah, it's just been there for a really long time, it's something that isn't the most compelling reason. And in fact, this isn't the first time it came up, because obviously it's something that comes up because it's 2020 and, race relations are, a particular subject of debate this year, but it's actually something that came up in 2001 that pretty much had the same logic. If you read, although back then, obviously, the current flag maintained the existing flag won by 64 to 35%. The argument was change the flag, remove the Confederate thing, because it's not right our kids can't find good jobs close to home because companies won't look in our state. They have the wrong ideas about Mississippi. A state flag that includes the Confederate flag just adds to those false opinions. Basically saying, hey, we're not Confederates, we shouldn't be broadcasting that we are. It sends false, it's like basically improve the branding as a state, and it wasn't a compelling sales pitch to switch from this to this. So instead they decided, 19 years later, things changed, the population changed, and it went from 64% keeping the current flag to just 28% wanting to keep the current flag. Kind of fascinating, in my opinion. Also kind of fascinating is just how bad this old flag is. Again, if we ignore the fact that if we ignore the connotations about that, because whatever, kind of important to a lot of people, but just put that to the side because I like talking about flags, okay? So this is if you look at this is just the flag. It's the French flag sideways, which is the Dutch flag. So it's a very generic flag using colors that are very common and isn't really send a brand about your state. So it's a combination of the Dutch flag and then a combination of the Confederate flag, a dead country and a very small country in Europe. You don't really, Netherlands is great, don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't think of Mississippi, wow, they want to be associated with the Netherlands. They don't have a deep history to it. So it's like, this is their flag, and it's a flag they decided to change, and now this is the flag. So just in case you're curious, the new flag, the idea is it keeps the blue, white, red color scheme, but it changes a lot of other things. So there's 20 stars now. You can count them if you want to. I'll save you the effort and say there is 20, because Mississippi was the 20th state to join the Union. This is this little star, this little thing right here represents the Choctaw people, a Native American tribe. In God We Trust is because America. The yellow lines, I don't quite see it, maybe you do, is meant to represent the Mississippi River, obviously a big river, key part of the state identity. And then there's a magnolia in the center because that's the state flower. And I only know it's the state flower because I googled it. Wow, fun fact. Why do American states need flowers? What is the point of this? Why do I, what is the state flower for my state actually? Why the big sagebrush? What is the point of all of this? I don't understand America. Why does everything need to state everything? Why can't we just accept that some states don't need some things? Okay, I'm ranting now. But also at the same time as this key, crucial vote to change the flag, which as we can see passed. And even though there's 2% left to go, I don't think that's going to change too much. But something that is very interesting to me is if we look at Ballotopedia, it's a place that it keeps a track of all these ballots, just in case you don't trust it. Here's an original Puerto Rican news source that shows that people voting in favor of independence are overwhelmingly C instead of no, by a pretty healthy margin, 50,000 votes, with still a few more percent to be casted. So in theory, could switch, but because of how statistics work, it is incredibly unlikely. So in other words, Puerto Rico just voted to become a state. Although again, the official where that goes from there takes a little bit afterwards. And it's fascinating, not only because of the fact that if you follow the election 2020 tracker, there is literally no option for this, right? Okay, let's go through here and let's find what's happening in Puerto Rico. Oh, it's not in there because it only covers the states of America, kind of showing like partially why you might want to, like one of a part of America, literally a part of American territory, is not represented on this map, partly because they don't vote for president or Congress, or like they have a non-voting Congress member, but let's chill about that. They don't vote for the Senate or anything like that, and partly because of the fact that like, oh yeah, it's not really part of America, even though it actually is. I mean, even looking at their flag, it's like whatever. Side tangent on side tangent. So it looks like Puerto Rico is going to become a state. Now, where does that really take the state? Truth be told, it's a two-ended decision. Like, just because you vote for something, it doesn't make it happen. Just because I say I declare bankruptcy, I don't become bankrupt, or I declare presidency. For electoral purposes, I am now the president. You don't get to say words like that. There's systems in play that determine these things, and so the systems in play that determine Puerto Rico's statehood is not only do they have to then, now they are legally obliged to appoint a commission to start negotiating with America, but ultimately America's negotiation comes down to the Congress houses having to approve it, and like, okay, so what that really comes down to is one of the parties in America favors Puerto Rico statehood and the other one doesn't. And if we look at how that's going, okay, so that party that does favor Puerto Rico statehood probably going to win the House, but when it comes to the Senate, ooh, it's not looking so good over there, right? Like it's looking like it might be, the best case scenario is it's a tie, which actually being a tie actually means like winning for whoever wins the presidency. So things get really complex that all three of these races genuinely affect how this race can go. But fun fact, it's worth mentioning just for the whole history thing. It's not the first time that Puerto Rico has had a referendum on this. They had a referendum in 2014, but that wasn't a straight two-option referendum. That was a multiple-choice referendum, and as a result, it was kind of blurry. It probably won't be the last time they vote either, because again, assuming America does not vote to allow them as a state, it's a whole thing. And right now, there's this whole talk about like, oh, we can't let Puerto Rico become a state for electoral reasons. Personally, my opinion is like, you should probably do things and like let the electoral stuff come later. Like, second of all, Puerto Rico is a lot of Democrats and Republicans both assume, oh, Puerto Rico is just safe seats for the Democrats. One, it's like 5 House seats, so it does make a huge difference there. But in terms of Senate seats, they are not again, people make the assumption that like, oh yeah, they're less well off than Americans, and everyone knows that poor people, of minorities are for one party over the other. I find that so offensive on both sides. If you look into the island's politics, as actually, we don't have it here today, but if you look into the island's politics, they are very removed, and when people leave the island, they split close to 50-50, D versus R, so it could genuinely end up being a battleground area. And again, kind of in the same way, you'd expect Florida to have a very heavy bent towards one party over the other. But it seems to go the opposite way. So it's very interesting, in my opinion, how that goes. The general conservativeness of certain groups over other ones is something that is kind of lost in the in the noise of everything. But yeah, Puerto Rico wants to become a state. Will it become a state? They've wanted to become a state a long time. But officially, it's down to America to decide now. So this decides not only America's future, but it decides this future. And interestingly enough, if you look into it even more, it's actually the exact same text they used for their referendum than was used for the Alaskan referendum. So there we go. Fun fact. Anyway, before we go, because if Puerto Rico does become a state, which, I mean, again, I think it is a matter of time. Like, I think it's weird to have a territory that has so many people that isn't a state. There are lots of benefits of not being a state. There's lots of benefits of becoming a state. It comes down to what you want. But if we look at the map of all the state flags, which Puerto Rico might still be joining, they would have one of the best state flags, right? Look at this flag right here. This flag makes me, oh god, what are we on? I want to just see your flag there, friends. Anyway, so if you look at the Puerto Rican state flag, it's pretty darn good. Makes Mississippi's flag, even their new one, not look so great, and it makes their old one look especially bad. But let me guide you through America's state flags and show you how, like, oh yeah, for a country that has state birds, I'm in Nevada. What's my state bird? My state bird is the mountain bluebird. But do you want to see what the state flag looks like? Actually, will it come up? State flag. We put this much effort into picking birds, and this is what the state flag is apparently. Yeah, this is nice. This is good. You know what I love about flags? When you say, we don't need 90% of our real estate. let's just put a little logo and then our name in the top left. No, it's bad. So the craziest thing is if you look at the flags, it's like, okay, this is the flag of like Georgia. Looks almost a bit like a Scottish cross. This is the flag of Alaska. Okay, constellations, but sure. Arizona, good job. Arkansas, you tried. We can't say they didn't try. No one can tell them that. The California Republic, I'll give it something. For the most populous state, you'd figure they update it. Like, it's just a bear and a star and whatever, okay. You're trying to be all independent stuff, that's cute. Colorado, A++ flag design. I love the flag of Colorado right here. But you know what I don't love? Flag of Connecticut. Latin words, okay, that's meant to go on a seal, not on a flag. We got these weird trees that I can't immediately work out. The general rule for flag is it should be like easily drawable by a child because you want to get children nationalistic at like age 5. It's been determined, and this I don't think I could draw this. I think if you get right, damn it, I don't have a pen and paper. That'd be fun. Wait, Microsoft Paint right now. Oh, I don't. I'm not actually. I'm recording my window, not my screen. We have to find like a online paint. You know what? Let's do it right now anyway. Who's stopping me? Right? Who's stopping me? Online paint. Okay, that I typed that wrong. Online paint. JSPaint.app. So I'm gonna look one more time. Actually, no, I'm not gonna look one more time. Let's just do it. So it's like it's Latin down here and like little banners that go like this, and then it's some weird like, looks like this kind of, almost like a maple leaf or a middle finger, and then there's weird trees, and then it's got like a star probably on there somewhere too. I can't draw stars. I'm using a trackpad and a laptop. So that's my Connecticut flag. I did a pretty good job actually. Take that back. This is a great flag. Children can draw it so easily. So next up we've got Delaware. Why do they have a date on their flag? Look at the people on. There's 2 people and a ship and a cow and they've got a gun and an axe. That's nice. This is Florida. Again, I find this offensively bad. Not only is it just Alabama's flag with a seal on it, but the seal isn't on the flag. You have a seal and you have a flag. They got lazy and they combined the things. Like Florida, if you're going out there, Florida, and you're picking a state bird, I swear to God, Florida, did you pick a state bird? If you picked a state bird, you have no explanation. State bird, Florida. It's the northern mockingbird. Because you're mocking me, Florida. Because you're mocking me. Okay, so we got the flag of Georgia. Constitution, justice, wisdom, moderation. Moderation's a good flag that doesn't usually describe Georgia too much. This red, white, red, sure, simple enough. This blue, nice. The stars, I'll even take it in God we trust. I'm not a religious guy, but I know in Georgia they are. But like this, a little bit too much. But on the better half of flags. Hawaii, oh, you've nailed it, Hawaii. Best flag in the Union. We all know that when you put a Union Jack in the top left of your flag, it's beautiful. The reason for this flag actually is because they wanted to have a flag that like showed they were trading partners of both the UK and America, but when they were independent, obviously. Here is the great state of Idaho. not gonna comment on you, Idaho. Illinois. Okay, I like this shield, but it doesn't feel like if the flag was just a giant shield, like in the shape of Illinois or something, maybe there's something. But it's a bird eating the National Union upside down sovereignty state of Illinois from 1868 to 1818. What are you, Illinois? What is your flag? Indiana. These are real flags, by the way. Like, okay, looks kind of EU-ish, but a child could draw it just badly. Iowa. Our liberties we prize and our rights we will maintain. That's a slogan, not a flag. Again, remove the bird and the text, or the text. I guess it's just France at that point. Kansas. Again, they put a seal on the flag. Kansas, do you have a state bird? If you have a state bird, you have no exclusion for why you can't do those things separately. The Western Meadowlark. In 1937, they made an official choice. They probably have a state flower too, right? Let me confirm. Yep, there is the wild sunflower. That is the lamest state flower. And you had the time, Kansas, to go ahead and have a flag. I don't like, you didn't have the time, sorry, to do that. Don't like it. United we stand, divided we fall. Commonwealth, Kentucky. Ugly flower. Circle, not so great. Circular text, even uglier. 2 men, like, hugging and holding hands. Sure, that seems like Kentucky to me. Union, justice, confidence. And then it's a bird feeding its children. Without reading the, actually, it's behind me. This, I couldn't tell you what state this is. Union, justice, confidence is Louisiana. Maine, your flag sucks, and you went independent you went independent pretty recently, so you don't even have like a huge excuse. You suck, Maine. Maryland. Ah. Like, it's the worst state flag by such a wide margin that it's the best state flag, because at least it's not boring. At least it's not. At least it's not the main flag. Like, why? Why is this a thing? Massachusetts. Okay. Michigan. Tu dear, tubor e pluribus unum. Minnesota. How are these all so different and so ugly? Mississippi. Nice new flag. Again, it's not great, but compared to these other ones, like, it does a really good job. Missouri, united we stand, divided we fall. There's like an Islamic moon. There's a bear. There's two bears like holding the coat of arms up. And then I'm assuming the number of stars to represent the state that Missouri joined the Union is. Montana, I mean, like, are you just trying to say, hey, we are a mountain, a waterfall, and some place to go camping? That's all we are. Oro y Plata. Nebraska, oh, this is maybe the worst one. It's all blue and yellow, so it's hard to see what's going on. You're not meant to look at this. A flag is meant to be visible from a distance. You can't tell anything about what's going on here. Nevada, I'm sorry. I mean, admittedly, if it was just a blue flag, it wouldn't be the worst flag on the list. Somehow it would not be the worst. But come on, guys. You can do better than Battleborn Nevada, I hope. The state of New Hampshire makes Nevada's flag look beautiful, though. New Jersey is yellow with a horse head. Okay. Liberty, prosperity. Not the worst, again, because it's easy enough. It's just a yellow color. But again, that's no fun. Flag of New Mexico. It's something, like, it's unique. I saw that in New Mexico, actually, and I was like, I guess. The flag of New York. Come on, guys. You were at one point the most populous state in the Union, and the best you can do is blind justice or blind liberty. Is that liberty and that justice? I don't know. North Carolina. NC. Okay, remove the dates. This is a great flag. Even with the dates, it's giving you some history. You can ignore the dates. You get the NC bit. Nice. North Dakota. No, not nice. Ohio. How many states are there? I mean, 50, but like, Jesus. Ohio. I like your flag, actually, but you probably should go for a nice square, but they didn't. Oklahoma. Nope. No. I mean, it's an Indian tribe. We can give them a pass on that, I guess. Oregon, where's your pass coming from? It's all blue and yellow. Can you not afford other colors? Would white have been, whatever. It's three colors, guys. This is the other, the flag of Oregon is two-sided. It's so dumb. Pennsylvania, you suck. Rhode Island, it's looking like an EU, but for boats, with a lot of hope involved. South Carolina, again, the Islamic moon. I don't know, guys. South Dakota, the Mount Rushmore state. That's your state slogan. That's your state seal. That's your state name. This isn't a flag. This is all your other details combined. Just put your state bird on there, for God's sake. Wait, actually, South Dakota genuinely might not have a state bird. Like, they're one of those like states that, like, if they've been spending time on a state bird, like, I wanna know the American pasque flower. Why South Dakota? Why do you have a wait? Actually, we can learn about both. Ooh, they have a ringed-necked pheasant as their state. They have a state tree. What are you doing, South Dakota? And why is it not designing a new flag? Tennessee. I like Tennessee, actually. It looks a bit like a Dragon Ball, but sure. Texas, simple, but I do like it. Utah. Do I need to comment on all these blue flags? Washington, come on. It's just a picture of Washington. Children can't draw Washington. It's not even West Virginia. Sure, West Virginia. It's awful. Maybe the worst. Wisconsin, Wyoming. I like it by comparison. District of Columbia, kind of rough. American Samoa, Guam, Northern Mariana. Puerto Rico, US Virgin Islands. So, first of all, I want to say, best flag is either Colorado, Hawaii. I like Ohio, but it's not standard, so we can't give it the win. Or Puerto Rico. So we got like a top three, and the bottom three has to go. Like, Puerto Rico needs to become a state, so we can start to like impress the other states with the flags. Like, US Virgin Islands, sorry, you're never becoming a state until you fix your darn flag. Northern Mariana Islands, sorry, get a better flag and maybe we can talk about that. But flag of Puerto Rico, you can become a state as far as I'm concerned with a flag that good. Whereas Washington, maybe we should kick it out. I'm just saying. Like, does anyone like Washington? It's the Jeff Bezos state, right? Like, no one, people don't like him. Oregon, come on, you're a populated place. I think the worst offender, in my honest opinion, it's even New Jersey. Although you know what, there's not a lot of text on New Jersey. At least it's on the circle. Yeah, I think Nebraska. I think this might be the worst. What do you guys reckon? What's your least? Because at least Maryland's something. At least you could teach a child to draw that eventually. It would hurt, and it's not easy. But yeah, let me know what you think. And also, I'm just disappointed for Nevada. Like, come on, guys, we can do better. Every time I see this, when I come back to the state, because I fly back into Las Vegas Airport, I'm like, maybe I should have picked another state. Maybe I should have picked another one. And is that what you want me to think? I don't think it is, Nevada. Thank you very much. See, I said it American. Are you proud of me? Thank you for watching this video. What was the point of it? Oh, yeah. There was a flag referendum. South Dakota decided on the flower being their new state flower. Oh, yeah, we don't have referendums for that because no one cares. But, yeah, the election's happening. Do you guys want to hear about it? You guys don't want to hear about it, do you? So, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Ooh, look how close it is. Spooky. Anything could happen. Looks like Toycat lives in the swing state, and therefore Toycat is a British person. My vote matters way more than you as an American. Doesn't that suck? Maybe there should be a fix for that you could debate amongst yourself. I can't actually vote. I'm not an American citizen yet. Yeah, you wait and you see. It's a 21-minute video. I want to mention before the end here, I actually do not want to become a American citizen. Even if I want to live in America, I want to become a resident and not a citizen. I explicitly do not want the right to vote. And you might say, oh, you're such a neutral Libby or whatever. I don't know what you'd call me for that, actually. You're such a... Why can't you vote for the person that I clearly think is the best? Toycat, I really love my guy. I really love my old white, senile candidate. Why can't you vote for him too? We know who we're talking about right now. But, except we don't, do we? But, yeah, the answer is the tax obligation for a citizen follows you if you leave America. But if you're a resident and you leave America, you lose your residency. Whereas losing citizenship, you have to pay a lot of money for. And yeah, you have to pay taxes on your U.S. income if you live in America. Which means if I ever do want to marry my girlfriend who's an American, I explicitly have to not become an American citizen. Which is a shame because I like the American passport. Don't get me wrong, it's got pretty colors on it. But you know what I don't like paying? Tax. I will take taxes. Wait, let me find it. I bet I can find their slogan here somewhere, right? Taxes without. Oh, we can't find it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, taxation without representation. It's a. Let's see if we can find this. There we go. District of Columbia. I found it. I will take. I will take no representation if it means no taxation. Honestly, let's just tax people to vote. We could call it a poll tax. I think that would go down really well, honestly. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Just remember the next time you're feeling bad that Mississippi used to have a flag like this, so it could get a lot worse. Okay, second channel, don't care. Goodbye.